Hey, Derry Smith here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to install, configure, and link Wamp Server to Microsoft Access. And for this video, what you will need is Wamp Server install file, which you can access via the link there, and also the ODBC connector driver. In my previous video, I showed the installation of the ODBC driver. If you did it then, you won't need to do it now. Alright, otherwise, get it and install it, and we can begin. Now, at the end of your Wamp Server installation, a window will pop up asking you to select the default browser you would like to use with it. Now, if you don't know how to navigate to the browser or an alternate browser that you would like to use, just leave as is and click open. Otherwise, if you're feeling adventurous, go ahead and navigate to the browser you'd like to use and start Wamp Server. After you start Wamp Server, a new icon will appear in your system tree. First thing you need to do is left click on it and click Put Online. Then you will left click on it again and go to phpMyAdmin. When that's done, the browser will open up with the phpMyAdmin page, and here you can create a new database and add tables to the database. Now, under MySQL localhost, you can create a new database, which you can go ahead and do. So create a new database, and there you have it. The database has been created. Now what you want to do is add tables to your database. Okay, so I'm gonna put a table and I'm gonna add some fields to it. Okay, then select go. Now here you'll be able to add the names to the fields that will be in the table. So I'm gonna get the fields names. Once that's done, you can select what type of information the field will contain. So first name, that will contain text characters. Last name will contain text characters also, and also address. Now you have other stuff you can do here. You can select how many characters you would like the field to contain. What's the maximum amount of characters you like the field to contain. Attributes, whether they contain null values or not. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to make the primary key, make the ID the primary key, and put it to auto increment. So for each new entry, it would increase by 1. Okay, once that's done, click save, and there you have it. Your table has been created. Okay, now you may have wanted to add another field or more fields to it. What you can do is here you can add the amount of fields you would like to add, whether it be at the end of the table, at the beginning of the table, or after a certain field. Okay, after you do that, you select go, and new fields will come up in which you can edit it. Okay, so once that's done, you can now go and create the data source, which will allow us to link access to MySQL. Now you need to go to ODBC Data Source Administrator and create a new data source. To do that, you go to Add, then you scroll along in the list of drivers and select MySQL ODBC 5.1 driver and select Finish. Now here, you'll be able to configure the driver, the data source driver. So you're going to give it a name. So I'm going to name it Wamp. Give it a description if you want. On the TCP IP server, you're going to type in localhost. And for user, you're gonna put in root, and then on the database, you select the database in which you want to use. So I created DBDS Interactive, so I'm gonna select that. Now, if you don't put root under user, you would only see information schema and test. Okay, so we're gonna test it to see if it's working. Connection is successful. Select OK, and there we have it. Data source driver has been created. Now we can go on into Microsoft Access and create the link. Now in Microsoft Access, first thing you want to do is create a new database. So give your database a name. I'm going to go with employees, and then here select create. Now when you now create your database, it will have no tables. This table isn't saved as yet. Okay, I'm going to close that off. So we have no tables here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to external data and ODBC database. If you don't see it here, select more, and it may be here. Okay, ODBC database, you're going to select link to the data source by creating a link table. Okay, and then here you're going to go to the machine data source tab, and you will find the new data source in which you created. So mine is Wamp. I'm going to select that. When you click OK, you're going to see the tables that are in the database. Now it pulled the tables from the database over in MySQL. So you're just going to select the table and click OK. Okay. When you open it up, you see the fields that were there that I created. So I'm just going to populate it now. Okay. First name, last name. So I'm just gonna populate it, put in some information, and save it. And we're going to go over into PHP-MyAdmin to see if the data is over there. So when we come over to PHP-MyAdmin, you can clearly see that the information that I created in Access, it shows up over here. And if I were to delete one from here, when I go over into Access, it won't be there. See? It shows up as deleted. Okay? So there you have it. Created a database in MySQL, linked it to Microsoft Access, added data in one and it showed up in the other, deleted data in one and it got deleted from the other. So that's it. Thank you for viewing, and goodbye.